All right. Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started with the August 23rd special events team meeting. Just a reminder, we pulled together all of the different agencies and organizations that sign off on special events around our community, just making sure that they are both as fun and as safe as possible. And as Boise grows, things get a bit different. So we don't make any decisions. We don't thumbs up or thumbs down at this meeting. It's just an opportunity for all the entities to hear the information at the same time. Event organizers can get all their questions answered. And we are a live meeting and we live in perpetuity on the City of Boise's YouTube channel. So don't say anything you wouldn't want your mama to hear. We will start with introductions. My name is Maria Wague from the Office of Community Engagement, City of Boise, ECHD.
John Wasson, Ada County Highway District.
Debbie White, Ada County Highway District.
Ed Graves, Public Works.
Conrad McDaniel, Republic Services.
Vince Vergara, City of Boise Parking.
Sabrina Bobo, Risk and Safety.
Summer Altieri, Boise Parks and Rec.
Jesse Tappert, Boise Fire Department.
Taylor Gomez, Boise Police.
Matthew Konvalenko, Boise Police.
Rachel Holford, City of Boise Emergency Preparedness.
Kelly Frank with the City Clerk's Office.
It looks like we have Sarah online.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Sierra Gurchana, Community Engagement.
Awesome. All right, first up, Hyde Park Street Fair. Welcome back, you guys.
Good morning. My name is Carl Scheider. If I haven't met you before, I am the fair coordinator for the Hyde Park Street Fair. I work for Gruntworks. We are hired by NENA, the North End Neighborhood Association, to produce the fair each year. We've been doing this for about 25 years, I think. I'm joined this morning by the president of NENA, Eric Hagan, also by Joe Freiberger from Joe's Traveling Bar. She provides all our beer and wine for the festival. And from my Gruntworks staff, my coordinator of operations, Seth Brown, and Courtney Sibbets, who handles vendor and sponsor relations and keeps me from going crazy. This will be the 42nd annual Hyde Park Street Fair. We're adding the annual back in because we feel pretty safe now. And it's been going on in Camel's Back Park for more than half of the fair. We were moved over there from the streets a very long time ago. I've provided a site map and our street map for the fair this year. We've expanded once again to allow more vendors in. We've had better utilization of space, and also we have added an extra emergency entrance to the fair. So we're covered on that front as well, better than we have been before. All our aisles are 20 feet apart at the very minimum. And we found that to be best for foot traffic and also to provide access for any emergency vehicles. Our security is being provided by MAV Event Security this year. They have done it in the past and did an excellent job for us. And our EMT booth will be manned once again by Boise Firefighters Local 149, and we thank them very much for that. We have contacted all of you individually, and you should all have gotten your proper information. We've been in touch with Republic Services and the city regarding our trash, and Ada County Highway District has helped us out with making sure we have the correct map for our road closures as well. I provided everything I possibly can, but if there's more information you need, please feel free to ask. And if you have any questions, I'll provide them for you, or one of my staff can do that.
Thank you. Great event as always. You guys do a great job. And I'm not sure that there's too many people who live in Boise that don't have some memory at some point in their lives through the Hyde Park Street Fair. So it's good to see this event back in its annual status. John, Debbie?
We have no issues. This is a great, I'll say eclectic event. But no, it is a really and truly great event. The only thing I would ask is that BPD might drive through there, and if people have cones out to reserve parking spaces in front of their homes, they set those back off into the grass or take them home and use them for their cones in their cars because we don't allow the private citizens, unfortunately, to reserve parking spaces in front of their homes.
Hey, welcome back. Just a quick question. Did you electronically distribute that event low waste guide? Or will you?
Which one is that?
The vendor low waste guide, it's an attachment on the application.
I will make sure that it has gone out. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I'm,
Thank you. Okay. Cool. Okay. Thank you. And also quickly, I think a couple years ago, you didn't give out any plastic bags from the vendors. Was that something you all did?
Please
know-
share the microphone.
oh, yeah,
so we
we've
can
been,
hear
yes,
online.
we've gone for, as far as drinking glasses and all that, we've gone away from the plastic as much as possible. Most of our food vendors now are providing canned instead of any kind of a glassware or plasticware. We've been moving as far away from plastic as we possibly can. We're moving almost exclusively to cans with both of our beer gardens. And that has helped a lot. And it doesn't, but it kind of increases the recycling, obviously. But we're providing for that too, as well as getting more bags out to everyone just for the general trash and making sure that all the vendors tear down all their stuff and put it in the proper places, as well as cardboard and paper.
Perfect. No, thanks a lot, Carl. I appreciate that. And that's all I've got. So thank you.
Hello again.
Hi, Conrad.
I'm just about done with signing off on your event. Most of it has to do with paperwork on my end, but last year, how was the trash level? Because I see in your letter here that you expect 80 yards worth of trash, and that's exactly what you have for containers.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much been the same. It hasn't changed very much at all. And the only thing we did last year that we had a problem with is our people that were volunteering to pick up trash weren't filling the bags up completely, so we were running low. So we're kind of reminding them that a full trash bag is a lot better than 3/4. So we have really no problems as far as the level of trash.
Okay, it's not overflowing.
No.
Okay, great. And then I can expect Seth to bring those cardboard boxes back again.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, thank you very much.
Carl, thanks for talking to me and explaining the parking for the event. We're set on our end, so we're good to go. Thank you.
I appreciate your call. Thank you very much.
Hi, good morning. Apologies for being late, everyone. I'm Dinko with Central District Health. We've received your notification of the event, a full list of vendors, so you are good to go, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I saw that we have your certificate of insurance, so I think we're good too. Thank you.
Thank you guys for always being such a great event to work with us. I owe you an overnight pass or two. And other than that, we're doing great.
Great.
Any
Thank you, Summer.
questions? Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Carl. After our safety and security meeting yesterday, I don't have any other questions. Just make sure you get your separate Boise Fire special events permit, and I think we'll be good to go.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set to go. We're staffed and look forward to it. And,
Great. Look forward to seeing you.
Joe, it's finally nice to put a face to the name for the traveling bar. I have approval out of your permits. So
Good morning and welcome. As always, Carl, amazing. Thank you so much for getting us all of that information in advance. You guys continue to step up. Thank you for looking at those additional items like the exits and so forth. You always have safety and security in mind. So from us, thank you so very much. Meeting went well. We have all the documentation and we'll see you for the walkthrough. So
Thank
best
you
of
very
luck.
much.
Thank you.
Good morning. Just a couple of things. The low waste guide that Ed was referring to, there is a link to that on page 27 of the special event permit application
Okay.
or on the city's website, just to reiterate that for you. And then as far as your traffic control plan, the road that you're closing, Heron Street, you guys don't have any porta potties, anything like that on that road?
No,
correct?
we don't
It's
put
just
anything on
closed.
that road except for a few vehicles from vendors. And also we have ADA parking on that road
Okay,
on Heron Street. So that's all it's used for.
okay, perfect.
And the rollouts are way up the road right next to the park. And that's
Okay.
way out of any kind of traffic pattern.
Okay, we do have just a little bit of a domino effect, obviously. Close the road, dumpsters get placed, porta potties get placed, all that stuff, but then it has to undo before the road was closed. So you do state in your application that the road would be opening Sunday evening, the 17th at 6 p.m. And then that the product would completely be removed Monday morning by 7. Is that something you have?
By
worked out?
10 a.m. is what we try to get everything out
By
by.
10, okay, with specialty,
Yes.
okay. And other than that, your vendor list looked great, so unless you need anything, I'm good.
Thank you.
Sierra?
Hi there. Thanks all. I didn't have any questions. Thank you for providing the ADA photos and then the ADA parking in the drop-off zone. I appreciate that and look forward to the event.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks so much. All right, up next, event that we're very excited to have in Boise this year, 9/11 Miles of Remembrance. The one reminder that I didn't give at the beginning is to make sure you use the mic. It's the only way our system picks it up. Dan, I have very strict instructions to put you through the ringer during this meeting. So, yeah. Welcome to the city.
Oh, was that not on? Can you hear me now? Sweet. Well, we're super excited to learn this process. I think I've watched all of your YouTube posted videos of this, so I think I know what's coming. But we're just excited to be a part of this and finally bring this event to the city, because we really hope that this becomes a point of pride for the actual city and being downtown Boise. And really this event, even though it can be a tough, like obviously 9/11 can be tough to talk about with people sometimes, but we are really hopeful that this event recreates the feeling that we had on September 12th, 2001, as far as unity as a community and service minded. And, it's been a remarkable thing to see how families have been involved. And that's really important to us because, I have 2 young children and I don't want, September 11, 2001 to be a blurb in the history book to them. I want them to learn about it in an age appropriate way. But that being said, thank you so much for having us here. And I think we've pretty much made contact with everyone in the room, but happy to field all the questions. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few since this is our first time in here. I don't know if you would mind switching to slide 7. Oh, I can do that. How fancy. So in the past, we've had around 1,500 participants. We've typically been doing this at the Eagle Bike Park, or the Ada County Sports Complex now, I think it's called. And their process is obviously different. Every city and community that we do these things in, whether it's Pocatello, Idaho Falls, Coeur d'Alene, all those different things. Like I said, this is our first time being here. So yeah, happy to learn from you guys as we move on here. This year, we do expect that we have about 1,000 people registered for the event right now. Already, we're doing packet pickup on Sunday, September 10th at Payette Brewing, downtown Boise, from noon to 4 p.m. And typically in past events, that alleviates a lot of the pressure from like everyone coming at once at the beginning of our event, actually on September 11th. The event itself is scheduled to start at 5 p.m. on Monday evening, and we'll shut down the event at 8 p.m. on Monday evening as well. I think what you guys probably care the most about is actually the site map, right? So we have done a few recce trips or looking around there. We are planning, and we have sourced from DMB Supply like a temporary fence. It's a 3-foot plastic fence that we would erect the morning of the 11th, pending the approval of this event. And then you can see there, well, that would be number 14 as referenced on the site map up on your screens. And number 15 being, we're going to have 5 total entry exit ways. So in essence, that portion of the park, we're planning on having that be the beer garden or event center, I guess. We are going to erect kind of a tunnel of American flags, and that will be the both start and finish of our 5K route. We understand from Parks and Rec, like the requirements of having stakes and things in the ground no more than 8 inches, and we're getting the sprinklers mapped out that morning, thanks to Summer and her team. We'll have an inflatable race arch. We have 25 portable toilets coming, 6 of which are ADA accessible. And the only reason why we didn't do all ADA accessible is because with school starting, they said those are the only ones available. We have currently 2 20-yard dumpsters reserved from Republic Services, 1 for recycling and 1 for trash. Our food vendor, and I don't know if vendor is the proper term, all of our events are free, so we don't charge anyone to participate in these things. Both like to sign up, anybody, and also the ones that are there, the food is free. Open Table is our caterer. They're going to be serving hot dogs and bags of chips. We have sodas and waters, both bottled and canned. And then our beer vendor, although beer is free for 21 and over people that get their ID checked and get wristbanded in that area, is Bear Island Brewing. We are hoping to make that area marked as number 9 on the site plan, kind of like the event ADA parking of the day. We are partnered with the Challenge Athletes Foundation of Idaho, and they are a part of the event as well. They always have been for this because of our direct connection. I guess we're both as employees or members of the J.A. and Catherine Albertson Family Foundation. Our first aid tent marked as number 12. We've always had a first aid tent at all of our events or significant events that involve things like a 5K. This year, we're going to be using Idaho CPR Plus. They're going to be providing 1 paramedic and 2 EMTs, and AED will be on site. And in the latter slide, we can talk about one medical plan, but we do have a host of CPR certified staff and other things. So basically, basic life support will be on site, and we're planning on having advanced life support being on call. Our 5K route plan. Oh, sorry. All the tents that we're planning on having there, they're all 10 by 10s. They're like standard pretty pop-ups. We're not planning on staking those down. We typically don't. Most of them will be actually on the concrete and accessible to people that are wheelchair users. In addition to that, there is going to be 1 10 by 20 tent sourced by Event Rents, and that is where Open Table will be serving their food. And it's marked as number 6 on your map there. MAV Security is providing 10 security personnel for us. It's not something we have typically done in the past, but they've been really awesome to work with. And we're using them both for ID check for people that are interested in getting the free Bear Island beer, to give wristbands from the ID check station, and also for traffic control, specifically on the road crossing start and finish of the 5K, which is marked as number 10. We're not planning on closing down that road. We don't anticipate there to be a ton of moving traffic, because we think that, I mean, having the park reserved as we do, we assume that most of the people will be there in the vicinity part of our event. But just in case, we want to make sure that everyone travels both safely down the course and back. The 5K route obviously starts and ends really close to the fountain of Ann Morrison and goes west, northwest through that number 10 on the screen road crossing area, and then northwest on the Greenbelt, crossing the Greenbelt Truss Bridge to the northeast, and then following past the Firefighters Memorial, where our aid station number 1 will be. That is our only planned water station on the route. And then all the way to the pedestrian 9th Street Bridge, which takes us through Anne Frank Memorial, which we think is a pretty cool highlight for people as well. And then turning back west, northwest on the Greenbelt. And then there's the out and back portion at the very end there, right across on Americana. As far as the parking plan, I think there's going to be ample parking just that already exists at Ann Morrison. It's fairly intuitive, as you guys probably know, and then we'll like I said, we're going to have that event ADA parking accessible there as well. I talked about the security plan. I talked about the medical plan a little bit, the trash recycling plan. I mentioned the dumpsters. We did ask for, I think, 30 temporary trash cans. We do currently have 25 of the temporary Republic Services trash cans already. And I know from listening to some of your other meetings that you guys are short on those now, I believe. But we think it will be adequate, and our volunteers have always done a really excellent job of keeping venues clean. As far as the communication plan, our primary, we'd like to use cell phones, our alternate being monitored ICOM radios, which we provide and use for a lot of our events. And the location of those specifically will be near the main stage at the aid station number 1, which is on the course at the firefighter or in vicinity of the firefighter memorial, and at the first aid station there. And then the contingent being Pulse Point, which was Rachel, thank you for that. In order to call for any advanced life support that may be needed, that we certainly hope is not. Well, any of your questions?
Fantastically comprehensive presentation. I'm not going to have much to report back, Dan. Like, you did a great job. ACHD.
Hi, it sounds like an awesome event. Are you going to be crossing anywhere on the public roads like Americana, or so you're totally going to stay on the green belt and within the park area?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
So quickly, you already have 25 trash boxes, it sounds like?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let Conrad speak if he needs those back or not. I don't know where you got, and that's not my.
Separate event, not with this at all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if he'll allow you to keep those for this, that'd be great.
Our black market trash cans?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. We'll just let those slide. And as far as the yellow recycling bins, I think you requested 20. We can be in contact. We'll probably reduce that based on what kind of trash will be generated and some recycling. But also, do you know how the beer is being served? If it's being
Plastic cups.
Plastic cups?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, then that's all the information I need. I'll be emailing you back here.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hi.
I wonder how much revenue YouTube's sending the city for all the hits that they're getting, all the views. You did watch. We're good on boxes actually this year. We were short, weren't sure we were getting more, but we have a healthy inventory. But if you already have the 25 and you can use them, please do so.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do you remember when you ordered the trash and recycle dumpsters? What day?
Yeah,
A couple weeks ago. I have it here. One second.
I think I was sorry.
I think I was emailing with you. My name's Julia, and talking with you about, we ordered them and I sent in the check, and I think we were kind of just trying to make sure that the check made it here and I confirmed the right address. So,
The 31st of July.
Okay.
What we have here.
If you have a copy of that, that you can send me, because I had trouble finding that order in our system. So it could be on our end, but if I can see what you have, that'd be very helpful.
Cool.
And that's all I have.
And we think, I don't know, depending like what your recommendation is, but the order that we put in for here, or the request was for 1 20-yard recycle and 1 20-yard trash.
And that should be sufficient. First year event, we'll see how it goes, but I feel very good about that.
Okay.
So thank you.
Dan, how are you?
Good, man.
Good. Hey, we're setting parking. Everything's taken care of on our end, and I appreciate you explaining everything on the layout for the event. Thank you, man.
I appreciate your phone call earlier.
You betcha. Thank you.
Hello there. You guys are good to go. So just to confirm, it's Open Table, Kona Ice, and Bear Island Brewing as far as the food and beverage vendors.
That's
Okay,
true.
got it. And although they are not vending, selling, I do think that what Open Table is doing does warrant the temporary event permit, which they've already applied for. So they'll be good to go.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think I saw your guys' certificate, so I think you're good to go for us. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming to share with everyone today. And thanks for bringing this event to the parks. We're so excited. So if you need anything between, now and day of, I will be happy to help you.
Thank you, Summer.
Thanks.
Thank you. Very, very detailed presentation. It was very good. How many 10 by 10 tents do you?
4 10 by 10 tents, not including the first aid tent, I guess. Do you need the total number?
Yeah.
8 10 by 10 tents and one 10 by 20 tent.
Okay. And how big is your stage?
I think it's a 4 by 8.
Pretty small,
It's going to be on the concrete where just to the kind of northeast of that statue that's on the east side of the fountain.
Okay. Any propane? And it doesn't sound like it, but any propane?
No, we canceled all our pyrotechnics.
Okay. Got it.
And that's all by Amplified, the stage, and everything. Sorry, I was just kidding. No pyrotechnics. But Amplified is our vendor, I guess, for that sets up our stage, the lighting, and the sound system.
Okay. And then your fencing, can you describe your fencing for me? Temporary fencing?
It's
Plastic?
Yeah, it's the plastic
Okay.
4-foot, 100-yard or 100-foot pieces that we're going to string around the whole park.
Okay. And if I'm reading your map here, looks like there's going to be 5 access points.
That's correct. Yeah, marked by the number 15 on there. But we're hoping that the ones on, the eastern side would be the ones that are most utilized for entry and exit.
Okay.
And then obviously the one on the west side crossing that park road would be mostly for the runners themselves coming back and forth.
I like it. I don't have anything else. I don't think I'm going to require any separate permit from the fire department for this event. There's really not a whole lot there for us to inspect. So thank you.
Thank you. And we talked to Chief Bolin as well, but we're really hopeful that Boise Fire will be out in force and take a lot of pride in this. I know it's a big day for all of you guys, but the brotherhood and sisterhood between the first responders and military veterans is really strong. So we hope you guys are there. Thanks.
Great presentation. The only thing I'm looking for is your alcohol catering permit. Have you guys submitted that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bear Island should have.
Okay. So I'll get that approved. Other than that, look forward to the event.
Do we need one specifically from our organization, or is Bear Island's covered?
No,
it?
as long as Bear Island
Okay.
submits for that, that's good.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, and nice to see you again. And thank you so much for the email communications. I know we kind of went back and forth and the presentation was beautiful. So thank you from where we started to where we are now. This is amazing, especially for your first round with all of us. Thanks for listening to the input that we did have. The only thing I'll also bring up on your medical, we do know Idaho CPR and we love them.
Okay.
Obviously, one of ours is part of that group. So what 3 words is the other application that I sent you guys information on? That's really key for you guys to be able to download. And the recommendation is to wherever you're going to have those aid stations, go out in advance, open that app, find those words, print them and put them on that aid station. So what that does is when somebody calls into 911, they give those 3 words to dispatch and they can tell where they are within a 10-foot radius. So it's really helpful on routes to have that available. And then also recommend your team using that as well if you need to be able to get to somebody.
That's huge. Thank you.
So we'll make sure that we send that back over to you as well. But thank you so much for stepping up all of that and providing us the information. So good luck.
Appreciate it.
Great to meet you guys this morning. You did mark no for a drone, correct? No drone in use?
Actually, yeah, we did mark that originally. There was a question from our marketing group, 1890 Creative Productions. They would like to use theirs. I don't know if that's possible or not.
Okay. I can send you some information. We just need to know the flight path, times, and then we'll get the insurance and then obviously confirm their certification.
Yep.
So I'll email that to you afterwards. And then I also did hear maybe a flyover was in the works or confirmed.
Yes.
Okay. Just to make sure that everybody is aware of that as well.
Yep. There's the 6 p.m. opening ceremony of the start. There will be several things, bagpipers. There will be flyover from the 124th. ASOS, and then something else too. No fireworks, though. Promise that.
No Pyrotechnics, as you said.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. The Idaho State Police is doing the color guard. That's what I forgot.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great. I'll get that email over to you after the meeting today, just to make sure that the drone is good to go.
1890 is familiar with that process, and they're all certified and know how to do that. So I'll do the introduction if that's okay, and then they'll fill out all that stuff for us.
Sounds great.
Thanks.
Thank you. And Jonas is online now too, when you get around.
Oh, great. Okay, let's start with Sierra.
Hi there. I don't have any questions or concerns. CAF is a great planning partner in this. So I know you all are in good hands. So best of luck on the event.
Thank you so much. We're really excited. This is the first year of the 9/11 run. The full course is 100% accessible. So we're expecting a big turnout from the CAF crowd.
Love that. Thank you.
Joe?
Sorry, I couldn't make it in person. Reviewed the event. This looks fantastic. I appreciate you going through the medical matrix and keeping up with that. Rachel kind of stole my thunder with the what 3 words. I don't know if she mentioned Pulse Point for you as well, but it sounds like you guys are all dialed in. Depending on the day, if I'm on duty, I'll try to get some engine companies and truck companies down there. I wish you good luck.
That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Ah, you made it.
Oh,
Thank
survived.
you. Yeah, we're good.
This is the
Thank you
hardest
so
thing I've
much
done in
for
my life.
coming in. We're all just super excited to do this. And your pyrotechnic joke gave me a real great idea for a practical joke to play on these guys. So
Oh,
you
dear.
all just wait. You all just wait for it. All right. Thanks so much.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys on
looking
YouTube next time. Thank you so much for having us.
forward to it. Thanks. All right. Last but not least, we'll just quickly go through. Thank you, everyone, for signing off on events in the system. It makes it really, really easy for Kelly to track and then provide information back for these meetings. So looks like our upcoming ones, we don't have VRT in the room. Central District Health, are you good on Gowan Thunder, Spirit of Boise, U of I, Open House, Art in the Park?
Yes.
Cool. And then it looks like we're still waiting on a few different sign-offs for Pride. We've got a bit of time, but if there's anything anyone needs from the event organizer, maybe connect with Kelly if she can be helpful.
Yes. And just another quick note, we were notified this morning that the Go Ahead Festival traffic control is still out. We got word that they did pick up some of the items, but Vince did another sweep this morning, and then the event organizer messaged me kind of frantic, not knowing what to do, but just wanted to make sure that you were aware.
So Maria, we have been seeing this sort of thing for several events. It's not just this event, and over the course of several traffic control companies. And this one, I went on Monday morning and cleared out, I think 4 accessible stalls that they had stuff in it. So, but it's not just this event. It happens often. And so I know that Kelly has mentioned that there are provisions in the contract or the agreement that we do with special events organizers that say you'll pick up your traffic control stuff at a particular time, but I don't see that happening. And most of the time it doesn't generate complaints, but this one did. And so that's why I just wanted, I'm glad Kelly brought it up, but it is, when it starts getting into the ADA spaces is where people get angry with it. So before it starts happening, and if I see it out there, I clear it out right away. So I just wanted to make sure that the team knew that that is something that should probably get addressed, because all that stuff keeps lingering around for days. So
Great. Is it a particular traffic control company that is common to the events?
not that I can detect.
Okay.
But there is certain traffic control companies that'll be consistent with events, but it's been more than one.
Okay.
But it just seems like it gets ignored, you know.
Okay.
I do see them picking up some stuff, and maybe they're coming down to do a sweep of the ADA stalls. But if I'm there before them, which is usually the case, I'm usually out on the street about anywhere from 7:30 to 8, sometimes a little earlier. So if I see it and I know an event has happened, I'll clear that out because it does generate complaints. And sometimes I see folks documenting it, taking photos and things like that. So I want to avoid any bad things happening there. And I don't want to displace anybody who's authorized to use those spaces. So I just hurry up and get that out of the way so it doesn't cause a problem. But I would think that a traffic control company that is, working on a special event and putting their traffic control out the days before and then picking up the day, when the event ends, they should have some kind of a plan so that we understand, okay, it should be picked up by 9 o'clock on the day after or something like that. But we don't see that. It's inconsistent and it's causing problems.
Okay.
John Watson, Ada County Highway District. The traffic control plan does state when they can start putting material out and when they're supposed to have the material picked up. The problem is they don't follow their plan. With the type B permits, we do have a little bit more teeth because we can charge them road use fees and go back and collect additional dollars up to $75 per day per street or for the largest street. Type A permits such as a goat head are a little more difficult because there's a one-time $30 application fee and we don't charge them for a road use fee. We are looking at penalty fees, but that has to go through the commission and they're still debating it and looking at it. As Vince said, this is not a problem with one traffic control company. It's endemic across the spectrum. So it's a problem and we just unfortunately have to keep working it or don't have events in the downtown grid. And I don't think that's a viable option. So we'll keep working on it.
Anything else for the good of the order? All right, we'll give everyone 20 minutes back. Thanks, everyone.